Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, today we're doing something purely for fun. Something I've never done in the game before. Something people might call a little bit crazy. And certainly something I've told people not to do. So enjoy it. Don't necessarily do it yourself. So let's take ourselves back a few days. Let's remember when I was going, all in for Krisk and came up short. Or something happened at the end of that video which potentially changes my account. We're popping the Sacred. Kaioku, you can pop out now if you like. Oh, what we got? What we got? Oh, we got Cupidus. Damn, I was like that. Have we clutched it? So this is going to be the word of warning, guys. First thing I did was I looked at my faction guardians, yeah, for Sacred Order. And I was like, okay, I'm already full up. I've got the plus 10 speed. Yeah, but a big part of that is the fella that we're going to level in a minute. So I was like, right, do I have any of that faction sitting in my big teams? Yeah, is it anyone that's going to completely be messed up by me taking someone to max empowerment, which is what we're going to do with Cupidus today. And I was like, right, clan boss, anyone in here? No, that's good. And kind of went through all of my major teams. Yeah. And luckily for me, I guess, you know, this is one of the champions where me taking someone up to max empowerment is not going to affect all of my teams in the game. So here he is, Cupidus. Let's just see what his stats are before we get going. Hold on, how do we do it? Let's just see what he looks like before I do anything. So I've built him out already beast mode, yeah? Level 60, we've got 85k power, savage and cruel gear. He's rocking 44k HP, so he's got a bit of survivability. 5.7k attack, 252 crit damage, 279 accuracy, so he can actually still land some of his stuff. He's got a big hit on his A1. He's got a triple hit at random on his A2. Each hit, 75% chance of putting out a burn. A lot of people don't realise he's got a bit of a burn in his kit. And he's got this quite cool A3, so there's increased attack on himself for 2 turns, then attacks one champion, one enemy. 50% chance of putting HP burn on all enemies for 2 turns if he kills someone, and it can't be resisted. So you could, if you didn't care about the HP burn here, you could actually build him with 0 accuracy and get an irresistible AoE HP burn, but it's only a 50% chance and you've got to kill someone. So, I mean, there's probably a good thing to say, forget the accuracy and just go full damage on him. Also does more damage to targets under debuffs if we've got Venus, and I am going to use Venus on my teams today. I'm just thinking, as I've read through that kind of irresistible part, maybe we just forget the accuracy for his A2. Just switch it up a little bit more attack in there, 6k now. Let's see what he does before empowerment. So we're just going to do my normal kind of damage test that you'll see in maximum damage. So for this, we're going to throw Venus in the mix, because she gives us that 25% more damage, as long as there's debuffs out there. So she is going to do what Lydia would normally do in my max damage video. So A1 then. This is an AoE smack. 200 to 240k across the board on the A1. This is before he's empowered. Let's try his A2. The A2 is a triple hit at random. As I say, could put burns out there as well. It's like 250 odd K worth of damage, but with the chance to put burns out. It's okay. It's not crazy. And then the A3... if he kills someone, chance to put burns everywhere. Let's see what this one does. A3. 360 with the burns. Actually pretty solid damage. So before empowerment, he's hitting hard. Okay, so I lose my kind of big chunk of power in the Guardian slots, but we now give him plus 40% HP, plus 40% attack, 40% defense, plus 15 speed, 55 accuracy, 55 resistance, 10% more crit rate, and 30% more crit damage. Woo! Powered up! Cupidus gets a boost. Damn, his power's just risen just from doing that to 115k. I'm going to slightly re-gear him because we're now totally over on some base stats that we need. Like, we're well over now on crit rate. I might be able to get a bit more juice out of this fella. Let's see. Okay, we have juiced him to the max. He has got basically my best stuff on 7.4k. In fact, I've still locked out all of my main teams. I've locked out my Calvalax. I've locked out my Septimus and a bunch of other champions as well. So it's not even actually my best gear, but it is like insane gear. 7.4k attack. Very good survivability for someone with this much damage. 192 speed, 100% crit rate, 295 crit damage. Still 238 accuracy in the build as well. Plus a decent chunk of resistance. Look, if you think about my Great Hall, plus Faction Guardians, plus Empowerment, 165 accuracy and resistance without any gear on at all. It's kind of nuts. This is nuts. Empowerment is crazy in the game. Let's do that same dragon, those same dragon hits again before we start jumping into some more worthwhile content. But damn, the before and after. Let's see what we're doing. Let's ramp this up. A1 then. Slow it down. What's that, like 290k AoE on an A1? Damn, that's actually nuts. You can literally turn off every other skill he's got and just get him doing that. That is insane. 290k. Let's try the A2 then. Triple hit. 200k each pop. But still, like, his A1's better than his A2, right? His A1's actually just straight up better than the A2. Because it's an AoE. I mean, unless you're desperate to get those burns out, just turn his A2 off. And then the A3, obviously the spread of the burn is the important thing here. But if it was on its own, 550k! Smack! That is a juicy one. We're going to try him on a Doom Tower Waves. I've set everyone up to basically take it in turns to drop defense for me. I've got Jupiter set up to just do his A1. So has he got enough oomph about him to just A1 through for me? Drop defense from the first one. Other people are just doing random abilities. He doesn't quite deal with crypting. I guess that was a weak hit over here. Let's try second wave. Yeah, he's got a couple more potential weak hits, actually. Drop defense goes out. Got his increased attack up. Oh, they're dropping down. They're dropping down. Are we going to have an increased defense for the last one? Not sure. No, we're not. But still, without the drop defense, someone takes a nap. Don't do me. Don't do me. Come on, give me one more go. It's so good. It's so fun. Look, is it broken in the game? Yeah, of course it is. It's totally broken. But you know what? For the rare champions that you can do it on, it's actually a ton of fun. Right then, time to test him in the arena. I think the best way to play with a Cupidus in the arena would be a blender team. And a blender team is basically a speed lead, like my Arbiter here, going into an ally attack champion. Best one for this is Longbeard because he brings you 20% more damage when your allies attack. 20% more damage. There's other ones which give you buffs and stuff, but that can actually proc enemies kind of getting additional abilities. Things like Tormund can be annoying with this. So this ability here, I think Longbeard is just the best one for it. But there's other good ones as well. So Longbeard comes in with his ally attack. And then you either have Cupidus go first and land his A1 AoE nuke, followed up with Sinacia doing a double hit cleanup. So I've got Sinacia built out for a blender already. Or you have Skullcrown go first. She lands the nuke. And then Cupidus comes in the rear to finish it up. Now, I will say, blenders are going out of fashion because there's a lot more just general mechanics now which can deal with them. You know, if you don't have immunity gear on, Tormund's a problem. If anyone is wearing stone skin, they basically take a tickle instead of a whack. You know, reaction gear messes up a blender. High shield champions mess up a blender. So whereas they used to be people's kind of go-to situation, now they're more only really viable on offense. And even then, it depends if, you know, it depends on what the defense is kind of set up like. So I'm going to start with Cupidus as my first hitter. What you'll see here, Cupidus is further up the turn order than everyone else. On the second one, and I'm just going to make sure that Cupidus doesn't use any other abilities if he gets a turn. I just want him doing his A1 all the time. Sinacia as well, just want to do an A1. I just want the AoE nukes going in. Okay, so going to go like this. Longbeard, I know he's going to do it anyway, but just make sure that he does his ally attack as his opener. Yeah, so in this setup, I have Cupidus at the front, and then I would also have another setup. If I was using Skullcrown, we'd have Skullcrown higher up the list, like this. So we'd have Skullcrown as the front runner, because the way it works with blenders, the way it works with attacks is the further someone is in your turn order, the earlier they actually hit. So you want those people to be... I want Skull Crown to be getting a double hit here, so she's got to be at the front. And with this one, I want Sinacia to be getting a double hit, so she wants to be at the back. So it's just slightly different setup for each. And let's let them roll. Right, let's try the Sinacia one first. As I say, if there's only Stone Steel or anything, it's just going to fail. But let's see what sort of damage we get away here. Blenders are great for speed. I mean, it's hard to see. It's hard to see the damage. Everybody is absolutely in the turf. 97k from Cupidus, 91 from Sinacia on that setup. Everybody's in the dirt. Torment, I could do if I put my... I'd have to run everybody in immunity gear, and that's a little bit dodgy. So let's try this one. I'm in gold 5 here. This is pretty tough opponent listings. Yeah, these are tough opponents that we're going to be facing. This works, by the way. If he wasn't +4, he still works well in these type of teams. So in this instance, he's the mop-up. 2 people with Swift Parry, another kind of mechanic which goes against using a blender style team. But we've got rid of it once. Now we can get rid of it again. 100k across the board from that smack. It works against people like Rotus. Vodoff can be a bit of an issue here. So Vodoff can heal in between the hits, which means that although we should be able to take people down, yeah, see that? So we actually struggle to get the full damage away because Vodoff got tons of healing in between, and then we would lose. Let's just wonder if Cupidus does the first hit in that team, which is a much bigger swing. I'm wondering if that does actually work or if it's the same result. I think it's probably the same result. Vodoff is a great anti-blender champion. Really, really strong. It's better. It's much better. So Cupidus's big first hit, followed by Sinacia's, it just wasn't able to heal through it as well. But still is a great kind of anti-blender setup. Another one here. Cool thing about blender, it's so quick. Yeah, we roll them up. You get your 10 hits in a day and smack them down. Look at the damage. The damage levels are insane. 191 from Cupidus. He didn't even need Sinacia there. And this is the other thing I was wondering about. Could you have Venus go before Longbeard? So you have a one-man blender. That's what I'm wondering. Could there be a one-man blender? How fast is my Venus here? Is she quick enough? I don't think she's quick enough at the moment. No. I'm just wondering if you could get her to drop some debuffs and then Cupidus just literally slams people into the deck. I guess you could just do it like this, but I'm not quite quick enough. So we get drop, defense, and weaken away. No, we're just getting cut in. But that would be fun as well, because Cupidus would actually just get a straight extra damage buff because Venus is in this team. But damn, +4 Cupidus in a blender absolutely nukes people into the ground. Okay, we're on Finite 25. I just want to try this out. Obviously, he's got multi-hitters. He's actually really good for Finite, especially if you've got him paired up with a Venus. Honestly, though, 25, I'm not certain how this is going to go down, because 25 is hard. Very, very high damage. But we've got a lot of damage potential here with Royal Guard, Cupidus, a high damage. Oh, look at that hit. Maybe I should actually turn everything else off and just have him starting out with his A1. It just smacks. 20-odd second wave clear. I mean, if you don't have yourself a Seer kind of combo or a Poison Exploder combo, then it might be the next best thing. The question is, can we keep people from having a turn? Because if they have a turn, look at that. We just start to get nuked. But damn, it's actually pretty strong. I do have a high damage Royal Guard here. I do have a high damage Allure as well. So they are doing a lot of work. 52 seconds onto the boss though. Question is, do we get through the shield in time? He's getting some extra turns. He's getting his extra hits in. And at this point, you would change his masteries if you wanted to run him for high level Finite to War Master. But you see there, even 130 odd K, that's pretty strong. And at this point, as long as you've got a quick enough Allure, you can probably keep it down. 400k, that's actually harder than the 10% hits, which we're getting from a Royal Guard Slam and a Septimus Slam. That's going to end up being a 1 minute 30. 1 minute 30 without a crazy wave clearer. 1.8 mil from Royal Guard. 1.9 million from Cupidus there. 800k from Septimus. There's something in this team. This team could actually do some decent work. Probably with Septimus coming out, honestly. Didn't do a lot there. Maybe we get someone else in instead of Septimus. Let me have a think about it. I'm going to try the same run again, but with Arbiter in the mix. Basically, she's going to give me an increased attack. Also going to rotate through our abilities quicker. I'm wondering if that just straight up gives us a better shot of taking these guys down. So again, we get the burns across the group. Don't know if maybe I should just be turning the A2 off completely. Look at the A1. The A1 damage is insane. We do get a bit of value from the burns, but Venus is doing the burns anyway, so I think the A2 is probably pretty redundant here. The A3, though, did give us some good smacks against the boss, so there's definitely some value in the A3. Comes in there, 80k across the board. At this level, that's strong. Got like only 120k across the board with a fully fledged Royal Guard there. Another one in the dirt. We can't really afford to take hits like that, though. Oh, we're just about staying in the game. It is a bit dodgy. It's a bit dodgy, but everyone's dead. 51 seconds onto the boss. Still quick. Don't know. Maybe this isn't better. Maybe it's not better. Maybe just having, you know, an Armada or a Cold Heart in this spot is just going to be better. But I was hoping that Arbiter would just get us back to our abilities quicker. It's going to end up being kind of similar, I think. 250k, that's actually strong. 260k from the big old Royal Guard slam. So he's doing 10% of the max HP with that hit. Another 180k there. Yeah, it's going to be a bit slower. But, damn, actually some fun stuff I think I can do with Finite once I start playing around with different team comps. We're popping the Sacred. Kaioku, you can pop out now if you like. Oh, what we got? What we got? Oh, we got Cupidus. Damn, I was like that. Have we clutched it? Cupidus at the last. I think that's like my third or fourth Cupidus. There you go, guys. Still no Krisk. Oh, I've been Hell Hades. Good luck on your shard pulls if you do them. I do not say that you should do them, by the way. I will see you later.